I was 18 and there was an ad in the Farmers Journal for a dairy position in New Zealand, and I moved to the North Island for calving, and I calved 1,300 cows. That was 1,100 hectares, that farm. It was hilly. They don't use quad bikes as much, mostly for running costs. They're more expensive to run. They use scrambler bikes. From the parlour to the cows, you were on the bike. You just wouldn't walk. It was just too time consuming. You know, you had to get from A to B quickly. We were working massive hours, myself and the boss especially, milking at 4:30 or 5, and you were going right up until 7:30 or 8 that evening. I got the cows in every morning for milking. We had 2 herds of cows that were both let out of the yard at the same time, and they mixed, and they should have been kept separate, so we had to bring all the 800 cows at the time back into the yard and separate them after milking. So after working all day, we had to go and do all this extra work. So I remember it was a very late finish, and then I was up at 3:30 the next morning, so I was absolutely wrecked tired that morning. Yeah, I probably hadn't eaten for 15-20 hours maybe. I was just heading away down for the cows. The bike slid out into the electric fence, 14,000 volts, and a spark from the fence caught with the overflow from the petrol tank, and that caused a spark, caused a fire, and yeah, the whole bike just kind of went up very quickly. I was there for about 45 minutes, I think, under the bike. That feeling of the exhaust burning into my leg was the main thing I remember. The boss had actually been trained as a paramedic, so he put out the fire, called 911, and obviously the ambulance came in, and I was airlifted from where I was in Hamilton to Auckland Burn Centre. I was put in an induced coma for 4 weeks. I was burnt on 45% of my body, so the skin had to be grafted. All the skin on my legs had to be grafted, and I had some upper body burns as well. Then eventually I found out, and it came out that I had lost both legs from above the knee. There was a whole year of just rehabilitation and healing before we ever even attempted to go on prosthetics. It was a long time before I was anyways comfortable with them, really. Looking back, the main reason was I was too tired, and that's why the accident happened. So that can be applied to any farm in this country. When you're overtired, you're just not thinking straight. So I came back at the end of 2010. In 2011, I went to UCD and did a degree in dairy business, and I bought a farm in Strokestown. Taking a step back and taking a whole overview of the farm and seeing what exactly can be done to make this farm more efficient. You can look at several things like using contractors, using hired in labour, using more up-to-date equipment. Can be all things. Once the farm is more efficient, your time is more efficient. Like I can never rush again. I've lost both my legs now, and every job I do now takes 3 times as long. For the sake of maybe skipping a job and doing it tomorrow morning, is it worth pushing yourself to that very last till it's too dark to do anything else?